Yo, what is going on, guys? Aspect Gaming back once again in GTNH, and we're almost at the end of Blood Magic. We are rapidly approaching the end of my massive goal that I've set, which is Blood Magic Meteor automation. And from a useful comment, thanks to I.8530, thank you very much, I have ME storage buses on their own miniature subnetwork that are looking at my two different altars, going to a level emitter here with an item set point of 1. So whenever there's an item in here, it will now turn on the World Accelerator. Now, these things just don't like comparators for some reason, so that's a workaround to make yourself be able to do that. And yeah, right now what I'm working on is making 2 Awakened Activation Crystals. These require Demon Blood Shards. I can show you how to get these real quick. It's pretty easy to get Demon Blood Shards. I don't know why they're called Demon Blood Shards. I'm getting them from Elementals. But you gotta set up this little thing here with an Arcane Plinth in the center. None of this was that difficult to make. And then it's gonna spawn a little demon guy. Or it's not even a demon, it's an Elemental. But you can grab them in a soul vial, and you can spawn them if you need like a lot of these for some reason. But I've just been spawning them like this. And then I just fight the guy. Because I kill him in like 2 shots of my crossbow. Oh. Shot me up in the air. And there you go. That's how you get Demon Blood Shards. Pretty easy. Okay, so now we're going to make 2 of these Awakened Activation Crystals. Because one of these is going to be used for automation. The other one I just kind of want to have on myself at all times. So I have all the stuff. It's just like a bunch of random recipes. So, oh, I gotta take these out. Now that we have an Awakened Activation Crystal, we can do some shenanigans over here. This is my final Blood Altar, I believe. So this is the Enchantress's Ritual. And you can place this alongside, I think it's 68 Ritual Stones and a single Master Stone as typical. And then I have it World Accelerated. It doesn't seem to be making a difference. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Usually you could tell pretty easily if it's making a difference. But basically what's going on here is this is going to allow you to enchant items using blood magic blood instead of XP. So what we're going to be doing here is a loop that's going to allow me to get absurdly high enchantment levels. So what you do here is you start by placing an enchanted book on your pedestal and a pickaxe or just any item in the center here. Then you click on the ritual stone. It takes more LP every time because I keep stepping up the enchantment level. It can tell, and it's getting more and more expensive each time. 64k is still not that much. You can see the other ones over here. So it's been stepping up every time. And then enchant your item, and then it gives you your book back, which is pretty cool. So then we take the item, we put it in the over-enchanting table from Thaumic Bases. Click on this with your wand. And it begins a little infusion process. So this, I'm surprised it's not working with the accelerator, but whatever. I also couldn't get this to work with a Essentia provider. Maybe it needs an infusion provider because it's kind of doing infusion. I don't know. But I just did a jar and an export bus, and that's been working pretty fine. And also it'll zap you at some point and take your XP. So my hundreds of XP levels, probably thousands at this point, are going to be put to good use now. There we go. At some point it finishes, and we have an Unbreaking 8 pickaxe. So then we go in here to Disenchanter. You might remember this from earlier. This had a different exploit in it. That, I believe, is patched for the most part. But now what we can do here is disenchant this to make an Unbreaking 8 book. And then the pickaxe takes some durability damage, but it's okay. So I have no use for those anymore. We're going to get rid of those, and we'll continue moving on. By the way, there's a strange bug with the Ritual of the Enchantress. In the Personal Dimension specifically, if weather is not enabled, the lightning will not strike and you cannot start the ritual. So I had to run around and place some temporary roofs around things in case it started raining. So at some point I'll be convinced to finish these rooms, but that's not today. And there we have it. I'm breaking 20 pickaxe. Let me get my book out of this. These books kind of bug out a little bit. It's getting strange sometimes. When I take the book off of the arcane pedestal, it sometimes forgets the enchantment for a bit, but it will remember it a little bit later. So just save a couple books as backup just in case. So I'm just going to throw a chest down over here, and I'm going to keep a couple of these at the moment. I'm going to start duplicating this Unbreaking 20 book. But yeah, I just want to keep the backups in case something goes awry and I lose this book. All right, now time for like efficiency 50. We're going to see how far I feel like going with this. But, oh, another note. It does not like damaged pickaxes in the overchanting table. So I was trying to like be a little bit cheap and reuse the pickaxes, but it wasn't, you're not able to reuse them. Like if you use the same pickaxe once, it's done in here. You can't repair it. You just throw it out. It's a stone pickaxe. Don't be cheap. I literally have infinite stone and sticks. I don't know why I was trying to cheap out on that, but just letting you know. So I'm out of XP, which is crazy, by the way. But now it's time to do the book duplication. So I'll use the last of my XP to get this done, because I think I have just enough. So the typesetting table, I have my reading glasses on, and what it kind of gives you hints on where to place stuff. So select a book, you put your chase in there, put my book in there. That requires 499 levels. Okay, never mind. I need to wait for some XP. Okay, let's see if this will work. I'm not exactly sure how to do this. It requires 499 levels. I have that. Okay, yeah, all you gotta do is shift click on that, and then you get your enchanted plate. So next is this contraption that I built. I built it like a week ago. You probably noticed I missed some uploads. I just haven't had time to play. So I need to remember what exactly this is doing. This filter is not set yet, but the main idea here is we have a printing press in the center here. The printing press is what's able to print from the plate to the books. So this is going to copy the books for me. It's going to notice when the plate is low on durability. And in doing that, it's going to destroy the printing press. And by destroying it, it gets caught, it gets broken, and all the items in it get thrown out, and they get caught by the vacuum hopper. The vacuum hopper puts it into the sorting chest, which takes it one of three ways. So this is going to the ink sacks and books. This is just a manual input over here. I probably won't use that many of them. Maybe we'll use like a stack of each, I don't know. This filter over here is for the broken enchanted plate. We're not ready for this yet, so I'm going to turn this to active with signal, just so it doesn't mess things up for the moment. But yeah, you want to put this to match metadata, and then you'll put your broken plate in there once you have it. And then on this backside over here, this is going to be the printing press itself, because this goes to a block placer, which is going to actually place this. And then this timer will begin as well when this notices that the, what is this noticing? Yes, this will start the block placer when there's an item in it, and then it'll just instantly place it. I don't know why I have a timer in there. You don't really need a timer. You just need this to face into it. So I'll change that actually, now that I noticed that. I think that's pretty simple from there. Oh yeah, and then the repaired plate goes into a Thaumic Restorer. So this guy needs a source of instrumentum in order to work. So thankfully I have a whole bunch of that because I have my robust Thaumcraft system. I'm actually low on that, so we'll get some more of that. But yeah, it repairs it with a little bit of instrumentum. You can get that from a lot of different sources. I believe all like rounds have them. To double check, I'm not sure, but there's really easy sources of it. When I locate one, I'll let you know. But yeah, the repaired plate is going to come out of here, so we can set that up right now. So this is always active with the repaired plate, and then the repaired plate is in here. It gets pulled out of this conduit here. So this needs a filter as well. I guess it doesn't really need a filter because it's extract, and the only thing that could be in here is the repaired plate. So yeah, then it goes into the printing press. Pretty straightforward, I think. If you want to do more plates than just the unbreaking one, you of course just add them to the filters, and then it works out just fine. This is good for Fortune 3. This is good for unbreaking, good for whatever you want to do. I had forgotten a very important part of this. So the enchanted plates do not get pulled out of this chest by this item conduit. You need to goal them right here. So to do this, all you can do is right click. Don't shift click, otherwise you'll open the chest. Put the animation core on him, and then I believe we just click here, and then he should look for the item that I want him to, which is the enchanted plate. I want them to right click. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, I want you to stop though. So we gotta keep an eye on this. I don't want it to break the plate. So to get this thing rolling, we need to be careful with it. Okay, now I let this run twice. Now I can carefully take my plate out of here. And it really matters where you click. It's kind of interesting. So now I have a broken enchanted plate, 33%. If it gets used again, it will break it, I believe. So to avoid that, what you do is you put it in here into a runic whitelist. Then I give the runic whitelist to this guy. So hold on, make sure that's set correctly. I want it to read the metadata. Okay, good. That's all good. So now, if this enchanted plate is in here, it should break the printing press, send this to be repaired, and bring it back. If I could place this correctly. Okay, yeah, it did do it. I caught the items, though, because I have my magnet on, I believe. Yeah, I should turn this off for the demonstration. But now, if the items go where they need to go, these would go get sorted back to wherever they needed to go. I should probably get some acceleration on this in case it lands the books in the ink sacks first. But yeah, I placed this printing press back over there, and then the enchanted book also went in there. I wonder if that got sorted where it needed to go. Oh, I caught it. Okay. So yeah, then down here, I'm going to do a extract on the printing press itself. I guess that makes sense. We could extract right here. No. Filter, whitelist, unbreaking books. So then when the books are completed, they will be extracted here, and that'll be always active. Okay, now we just need to make sure that everything is set up correctly. Give it one more look through. I guess we'll put this in here and see. Yeah, this needs a filter over here as well. Whitelist, and then this is the broken plate. Must match metadata, always active. Now the broken plate goes into there, gets repaired, and the repaired plate is going to come out as soon as it's done. It may need to extract through the bottom. Let's see if that will fix it. Okay, goodbye. Don't you love setting new systems up that are kind of like jank? It's pretty good. This one though, once you figure it out, like it's basically just a couple like basics of Thaumcraft and then combined with some weird Bibliocraft stuff. So I mean, once you have it figured out, it's not that bad, I think. So I'll put my filter back in there. Always active. Do you work now? No, he didn't repair the plate. Device missing channel. That's really good. Why are you missing the channel? You shouldn't be. Unless this P2P is messed up somehow. Oh man, you gotta love this. Another note that I set up incorrectly. You cannot pull the books out from the side. The enchanted books, they get pulled out from the bottom. And I keep catching the items I'm standing too close to it as well. Okay, I think we're good to go now. I think it should loop correctly. And another thing I had to do, the Essentia export bus was not interacting properly with the Thaumic Restorer. Number one, this like weird shape on the side, it's kind of like the Thaumcraft like shape where it's like four lines of square with the two going over it. This is the input for the instrumentum. I just gave it a jar. It was having a hard time interacting with the export bus. Whatever, just give it a jar and a tube, and then you're chilling. Okay, so now this thing is running automatically. It is happy, and I'm duplicating unbreaking books. So the limit on the input is going to be the amount of books that I have in here. So however many books you want out, you put the number of books in. So we're going to go for like 50 or something close to that, you know? Yeah, I already have a stack in there. So let's just take all these out, and then we'll make like a little bit more than a stack of them. Definitely more than we need, but it's free at this point. It's just a matter of time. So while that's working, I'm going to go multitask on completing another task over here, which is finishing up with my efficiency books now. Another improvement to the system, I took a big XP obelisk over with me. Before I had like 500 levels of my character. I don't think that's the best way to do this. You just want to take 30 at a time. And if you do that, like 30 levels when you're level 30 versus 30 levels when you're level 500 is completely different because of just the way that it tends to scale. And I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, like I'm using way less XP now because I'm just only taking 30 at a time. So yeah, you definitely want to do that. And I would recommend that. And I'm going to repeat this for another... I'll get to efficiency 50 for sure with this method now. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth until I literally cannot stand it anymore. Look at this. Needs 1951 levels. That's not happening. So we're going to go for an alternate route to duplicate this. And I'm just going to use this system to do it, basically. It should be actually pretty easy. Probably easier than setting that up, but I also wanted that for other purposes. So this isn't set it and forget it, but it still works. You just keep doing the ritual over and over again. I should make sure my blood orb's filling up quickly enough. I guess it is. I'm only losing a bit by doing this so quickly. But yeah, it's pretty easy to duplicate the book this way. It's just not... You can't multitask is the one thing that I liked about the other setup, but we're not getting 2,000 levels, so this is the way we have to do it. So I'm going to get 50 books like this. I guess I'll throw a barrel down for it as well, so I can keep track of them. No. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I will grab all the books that I need. I'm going to guess 50. I'm not sure how many exactly I'll need, but we'll just do 50 of them and we'll be happy with that. Alright, I messed up again. So these pickaxes can't be enchanted by normal means. You have to do this in the Blood Magic Enchanter, so these duplicated books were not necessary. But, you know, you live and learn. It's alright. So the method I'm doing now, it's a little bit unfortunate because my system is kind of slow at getting my blood back. But it's just like a stupid grind. But, I'm first attaching unbreaking to these, and then we'll put the efficiency on in a second pass, because it'll just be quicker this way, because I have to think less. I don't have to switch the book back and forth. So I'm going to do them a batch at a time. I'm going to get a new barrel for the finished pickaxes. I'm going to make like a whole bunch of them, and then we're going to start actually doing what I wanted to do in the first place. All right, so I have a little assembly line here. What we're going to be doing is getting tons of excavation foci. This is going to take forever. I grab like a whole bunch of levels. I go in here, then you go for potency. You flick on your world accelerator, enlarge, potency, enlarge. I'm out of XP. This is the whole gameplay loop here. But you know, this is kind of boring, but I promise this is going to pay off and be really cool in the end. The time has come. The preparations have been made. I'm going to begin assembling the Mark of the Falling Tower. So with that, we're going to place our first ritual stone down. I've temporarily enabled waypoint beacons, by the way, so I could have just an idea where the center of this thing is. I'll explain that in a minute, but we need to know where that is for reasons that will be explained in a moment. So now up here, I'm going to place an angel block. The purpose of this block is going to be like 50 blocks above about, and the idea of this is to catch the meteor as it's falling. So I want to hit this with a warding foci. So now it's indestructible. All right, I built out. So I've decided to go out the maximum length for the meteors. The largest one you could possibly make is the Bloody Icorium fusion casing one. And this makes a 32 radius meteor. You boost that to 35, I believe. I'm probably not going to use this. This doesn't even seem that useful. But I just decided if I ever wanted that, we should go out enough blocks to make it so that I'm able to do that if I want to upgrade my system later. So yeah, on both sides now I gotta do an array of arcane bores. And I have all the materials that I need. I just gotta build it now, which is gonna be an interesting part to this. I wish I had some kind of like, if I had the Ring of Loki, this would be a lot easier. I should probably have invested in that, but I've never done that before. So maybe I'll research how to get that thing, because it would make a lot of my builds a lot easier, because it's a lot of repetition. So let me see how I want to do this. There is that bug where these frames are transparent. Is that going to annoy me? I'm not sure. Let me think about that. I have finished completing the arrays. I have to do the AE2 wiring still. And there's something I gotta decide if I want to do or not. You can give these guys CentiV, and they can go faster. Not sure if I'll do that or not, because that's a whole lot of extra work. But maybe we could do that if we want more speed down the line. So keep that in mind. The main learning from this is do not place these wireless receivers until you ward this block. If you ward this block after you place the transceiver, it'll break the transceiver, which is not good. One thing that is good, when I ward these stability frame boxes, they become whole again. They lose that kind of like bugged out ghostly texture from my shaders, and they look normal again, which I like that a lot. I'll keep that in mind for the rest of my base high key, because like there's some moments where I have these and they're appearing like ghost boxes and I want them to be full. So we'll remember that. So let's run through the apparatus for all the bores. So I have the bore itself, pickaxe, and then the foci in here. I've also learned you don't need the last potency upgrade in this, so you can save a bunch of XP with that and time. That's the longest upgrade. All you really care about is the enlarge, and the pickaxe does the rest of the speed work over here. So yeah, down here is the bore base. The bore base has an output. Make sure that they're all facing with this dot towards the back. Then you place your interface here. Then you have a wireless receiver going to the bore base. This will turn the bores on when they receive a signal. There's a signal down there. You can kind of see it, trust me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have left to do is hook up all the ME interfaces. Maybe leave some channels left over to plan for a what do you call it? The V relay or whatever to provide the CentiV. Still undecided if I'm gonna do that or not, but we'll leave the option available. You know, that's what you gotta plan around that. And if we need higher throughput, we can go for that. Another thing to note is that this just looks really cool, having the two rows of the two arrays of arcane bores. You can get away with one, and you just have a backstop for it. So you can definitely get away with one. Maybe you want to go for higher tiered pickaxes and the CentiV then, or maybe you're just cheap and you don't care about the time it takes to mine it, which is totally valid. But this looks cool, so I did this. That's kind of my reasoning. And finally, AE2 is tied into the bore arrays. So the way that I did this is actually a little bit cool, I think. So I just have a long cable coming up. It kind of ruins the vibe a little bit of a giant floating like satellite dish looking thing, but whatever. I will switch it to wireless when that is free. Right now that is not free, and it's actually going to cost me quite a bit of power to wireless for no reason other than aesthetics. So this is on a sub network. So we're powering this down with that quartz cable down there. And then my controller is up here. So I have a controller because I have a lot of channels being put through all this. And then with this setup as well, we're not going to be supplying the CentiV to it. I've decided against that at the moment. If I want to do that later, I'll make like a green cable that goes to wherever it has to go to supply that. And it's probably likely that I don't need to make as many of them. Like if I strategically place one in the middle of like 6 bores, maybe it'll hit all 6. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I don't care about it. Why are these facing the wrong direction? That was not happening earlier. I must have misclicked on them by accident. So I will double check that they're all in the correct direction before I activate it for the first time. That's something good to notice. But what I was getting at originally, so these are all depositing their items to ME interfaces. And then I have a storage bus on a interface which links all the way over to here to my ore processing sorting network. So remember, if I set up this subnet over here, this runs underground, this light blue line. I kind of gave up on coloring the cables. I need something that allows me to do like coloring and line mode with these cables. And I am aware there's an infinite spray count. This thing here. I think this can do it. Yeah, if used while sneaking, it will spray a chain of blocks. I believe this works with the cables, but it's a little bit annoying to make, so I've just been putting it off. I could do this. It's just annoying, like I said. Yeah, this cable runs underground here, and then it supplies the channels as well as retrieving the items from both of these guys. So I'm going to inspect all the bores. Like, why is this one flipped? I'm going to inspect every last one of them. I think it must have been misclicked while warding the blocks or something, just to make sure they're all facing the right direction, because that is weird. Yeah, this is so strange. I'm going to have to look through all of them real quick, and then we can test it out. I guess I'm ready to try my first ever meteor out. So we're going to throw in a field generator. This is going to send me a meteor that has a whole bunch of cool stuff in it. Nakamura is one thing that I like a lot. Neodymium I like a lot. Deep iron's interesting. Quantium I like. Ardite, I think I needed that for something recently. Adamantium, sure. And then black granite, that's great. I'll use that for my abyssal blocks. I've been using that anyways. So this is a perfect meteor for me. I have to turn my magnet off. I think there's a way to put a hotkey. Oh, that wasn't good. There we go. The first meteor ever. It killed me when I spawned it. Now I know to remotely do that. I thought my magnet picked up the block or the field generator and made it fail, but it actually just killed me. It was coming down anyways. So it looks like it fits within the area. I didn't give it the Orbis Terrae. I'm not optimizing this today because I'm tired and I've been working this episode for like over a week and a half now. But this is juicy. This looks good. Let's go to the viewing platform, which I was supposed to use to watch the meteor fall down. Let me grab a screenshot real quick. Hold up. This is thumbnail material right here. And then let's turn this on. So this is the lever that turns on all the bores. And we'll make sure that it works. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is so cool. It is so goated. Dude, this is why you play GTNH. Like, it only takes you 1,000 hours to get here, but holy shit. Let's get a little of a closer look. My frames are dying, but it's worth it because it looks so badass. And then are we able to eat the whole meteor? Let's take a look. It's getting between all the dead zones of all the other ones to speed it up. And then we're down to the very last bit. This is so hype. There we go, all gone. Turn our bores off right now. Let's see how the ore processing is doing. Oh, that's not good. There's items all over the place. Why are these disconnected right now? I didn't get power here. Oh, it broke some shit. The meteor broke some of my cables. That's not good. Yeah, this is not ideal, actually. So we need to ward the blocks to protect the cables as well. So now that I know that, maybe we can replace some stuff. All right, everything is happy now. It is good. We are complete with this project right now for the moment. There's some upgrades we'll do next episode, such as getting Orbis Terrae in here to increase the size of the meteors, and also to automatically call for them with AE2, so I can stay well out of the blast radius next time of the meteor. But yeah, and that'll be next time, guys. This was an awesome project. It took me a bit longer than normal, especially I've been very busy with work and just IRL stuff lately, so it has been a journey to get this online. But now that we do, man, this is the coolest thing I think I've ever built in Minecraft, like by far. I love this. And like, how do you beat it, like mechanically either? It's like all these rare materials you can on demand from the comfort of your base. Like, that's just so OP. And next time we're going to AE2 automate it, so I'll be able to get some stuff like graphite and I guess snack alloy working in the AE2 system. That'll be for next time, though, because I'm not thinking about that right now. I want to go to bed, and then I'm going to go to work, and you know how it goes. So let's take one last look at the setup over there. Teleport back up to the viewing platform. We got to make this some kind of tower later on, so you could view it from, like, a control tower. That'd be pretty neat, actually. More verticality to the base might be cool. But yeah, it's going to do me for today, guys. That's all we had, which was quite a bit, honestly. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment down below. If you didn't, leave a comment too, and I will ignore it. So until the next time, guys, I will see you all, and have a good day.